Hi, this is Laura Levitt, and I'm here to do a tapping video using EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, or tapping, okay? And we're going to tap on panic attacks because tapping will help you calm down and bring that panic attack under control and help you feel better in control of your life and resolve the panic attacks, hopefully. Okay, it'll help you get to the root cause of what's bringing on the panic attacks. So if you suffer from panic attacks, you know how uncomfortable it can be, how scary, and even how debilitating it can be, right? So the purpose of this video, I'm not talking about general stress that ramps up during the day with work or kids or whatever, time limits and things like that, but more the panic attacks that come on suddenly and just take you down. They feel like they're controlling you, and an anxiety attack that kind of makes you feel like you're gonna die, right? You can't breathe, it starts feeling restrictive in your chest, your stomach clenches up, it becomes knots. You might start sweating and feeling anxious, like you want to run, right? You want to get away. But the good news is you don't usually die from panic attacks, but you sure feel like it. And when you're experiencing these symptoms, you feel like you want to crawl out of your skin. It can really be uncomfortable. And what's really happening is your nervous system in your body is going into the fight, flight, or freeze response. And you're feeling it build up and or come on suddenly. And this is good if you've got to survive and run away from something like an attacker or getting away from a bear or something. If something fearful is happening to you, this is a great response. But when it comes to panic attacks, usually it's something that's not life-threatening, but it takes over. And so we want to bring it under control. When panic attacks come on, they can sometimes freak you out. You don't know what's happening. You think you're having a heart attack. You really think something bad is happening to you, and you're so afraid. You may tell your doctor about it and get some help and some temporary symptom relief stuff. But when we try to find out what's happening, what response is going on in our body, what may be causing it, what emotions are behind it, then we can get it handled. Okay, we can get it under control. Sometimes there's emotions that you're not wanting to face. You're stuffing them down, issues you're ignoring, things that you're wanting to push away or stuff. And your body's letting you know it's time to pay attention to that, to look a little more closely there to see what's up. And then you can resolve it by looking at that aspect of it. Okay, the emotions, the incidents, the situations around it. Now, some other things that come up is we start to panic because we're remembering the response we felt in the past having one. And when that comes up, we're so afraid to actually really, get on with life and live and enjoy certain places and people and events. And because we're so afraid, we're living in fear of that next panic attack. We're remembering exactly what it was like in the past. And we're actually anticipating the same thing happening again. So I want you to think about your last panic attack. Or if just talking about it now is bringing up a bit of panic and you're starting to remember what it feels like and your breathing issues coming up and you're like tensing, I want you to rate it on a scale of 0 to 10 so that you can remember that feeling and what it was like. And if it was at a 10, we're going to bring it down. Okay, if you're really maybe only at a 6 or a 5 right now and remembering it, that's okay. Our goal is to bring that down and help it resolve. Okay, at first it's going to help diminish how often the panic attacks happen and how severe they are so that you can get control coming back into your life a little faster. All right, and then pretty soon it'll start eliminating the panic attacks altogether. Now, I don't want this to take the place of medical care. Okay, tapping is a tool. It will help and hopefully resolve the issue. But again, I want you to take personal responsibility for your emotional, mental, and physical health. All right, and if you need medical care, get it. Okay, and if you're already under some medical care, keep doing it till they're resolved. But this is something you can add in. okay? Because when we get to the underlying causes by doing this work, we can often release things quicker and permanently, okay? Now, when this nervous system response builds up in the body, we are going at it in 3 different ways. We're looking at the emotions behind it. We're calming the mental aspect of the frayed nerves and the panic about it. Plus, with the tapping, we're actually doing something physical to reduce the nervous system response and bring the tension, the anxiety, and that fight, flight, or freeze response right down so that our body can feel in control again, so that we can start making a better decision, moving away from something if we need to, doing something different, stopping for a little self-care and time out, anything we need to get ourselves back into a comfortable place where we feel empowered and in control again. Okay, that's our goal. Okay, so we're going to be tapping. Okay, and I want you to use it in combination with whatever you're already using. So we're going to tap first on the panic and the fear as it starts to come up. Then we'll tap on anticipating it like we did in the past. Okay. All right. No setup phrase at all. Just start tapping and follow along with me. All right. I am feeling upset right now. Really panicked. I'm really starting to feel uncomfortable. I'm starting to freak out. I'm starting to feel out of control. I just don't know what's happening. I'm feeling this tightness in my chest, and I just can't breathe. My heart is really beating fast. I feel like I've got to get out of here. I want to run. I want to get out of here. All this panic. This doesn't feel good at all. I don't feel safe. I don't feel like I have any control. I wonder what is so scary for me. I don't know what's happening. All this panic. I can't get a grip. It feels so intense. All this panic. I'll never be safe again. I don't know what to do. I feel like running away, but it'll follow me. I can't get away from myself. I'm letting go. I'm safe. I choose to know I'm in charge. I don't know what's really triggering me, but I know that I'm actually safe. I'm focusing on my breathing. And as I look around, I see that I am safe. I'm slowing down my breathing. I know that it's up to me, that I can calm this myself. I'm going to be okay. I've been avoiding something, I know, but I'm getting clear on this. I choose to pay more attention to how I'm feeling, to calm myself with tapping. I'm more relaxed and present. I'm breathing smoothly, and I'm feeling more peaceful. I love knowing that I've resolved this issue. Peace. All right, how do you feel? Take a minute and rate yourself on that scale of 0 to 10 again, and then keep tapping until you feel like you've brought that down enough that you can get on with your day and your life. Do this over and over as long as you need to keep bringing that down and being in control. Okay, so it's great to do it in the moment, but also in between times until you feel it's no longer happening to you. All right. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is tap on the the issues of where you feel the fear of having it happen again, just like it did in the past. All right. I know that that's how that was for me. I've had anxiety attacks before. I know exactly what this is like. I had claustrophobia issues, the panic of being held down and strapped in to rides at Disneyland, or going into small elevators, or getting in a CAT scan machine. These were times where I just went crazy. I've even had a panic attack on an airplane. And with each of these, I was able to use the tapping, thank heavens, to calm it down and still be able to go through with that activity. Yeah, most people would not even try it. They wouldn't go into that activity. They would start limiting those things from their life. I'm so grateful I have tapping, because I was able to still go on all the rides. I was still able to get back in that CAT scan machine and have my x-rays, and go in the elevator. You know, it wasn't as fun. And I remember the feeling of the panic from before, but I still tapped and can still do it. And that is the great part. Okay. Now, most of the time, people I've worked with the same kind of issue are afraid of the repeat. They're remembering what it was like. So we're going to tap on this. Okay. Follow along again. Even though I'm afraid of having a similar panic attack, and it's creating even more anxiety for me, I love and accept myself. Even though it seems to come out of nowhere, and now I'm anticipating it, the same reaction, and it's creating more fear. I choose to honor these feelings and know that I can release them. Even though it's hard to accept these feelings and where I am right now, and that I'm feeling really scared and upset, not comfortable in my own skin, I love and accept myself anyway. All right, tapping through the points now. I am listening to my body now. It's getting easier and easier to notice the reactions in my body, especially when I'm feeling all this fear. The messages my body is sending me are here to protect me. I don't want this protection. I just want to feel normal. But I'm feeling all this fear. And I'm fearing this fear. I'm judging it. And I'm judging myself. And I can be pretty hard on myself and wondering, what's wrong with me? Maybe if I just push a little harder, just get my act together, it'll go away. But it hasn't. The more I fear, the more I experience these panic attacks. But as I shine the light on this problem, it will resolve. Fear cannot exist in the light. I acknowledge these feelings and these fears. I know I've been pushing these feelings down for too long. I'm listening to my body now. I see you and I feel you. I'm feeling these fearful feelings, but I'm safe. I know I'm safe. I'm okay. I'm shining more light on this fear, this reaction. I'm breathing into this knowledge. I'm shining more light on this situation. I'm in control of my reaction and my thoughts. And I'm thinking more empowering thoughts all the time. I love knowing I've resolved this issue. I am safe and I'm breathing in peace. All right, breathe deeply there. Okay, so another way you can handle this is to think about what's going on in your life when you started having these panic attacks. Okay, you may be able to go back and figure out what that was and see the original trigger. All right, Sometimes you don't have to think about that. You can just tap on the fact that you're feeling the anxiety and the stress and keep bringing that down. But sometimes it's helpful to go back in, even with the help of a coach, a practitioner, and look at the original cause. All right, and I'm there for you if that's what you want to do. So keep up the tapping, keep working on this, and pretty soon you're going to feel better and better.